What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Young Woo back with some more on the block news, man. Before I even get this shit started, make sure y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, man. Look, right now, I ain't did a lot of reactions in a minute. I was on my little politics shit, you feel me? But we back with the reactions, you feel me? I ain't feel like doing the whole little, I'm gonna be doing reactions at different angles and shit like that. But this one right here, this video I'm gonna be reacting to right now is by Rap News and Street Politics, and it's about the Hoovers, the '80s, the Insanes, the Main Street, Treyway 7. You feel me? A whole lot of politics and shit still going on. You feel me? I'm gonna react to this shit. If you unfamiliar, what's been happening, this video I'm gonna give you a little insight, and it's been continued from the shit that happened. They say it happened at Marathon, but on the day of the event at the Marathon in Long Beach, you feel me? A lot of shit that transpired prior to that is what led to that, you feel me? And I think right now Treyway 7K has been arrested, you feel me? But I ain't gonna do too much talking. We're finna get this shit going, man. Let's get it.
Oh, man. On the dead homies, don't count me in. Oh, count me in. Dead homies, nigga. On ACG. I'm gonna be back real soon. I'm innocent. No, I'm criminal. I don't know what the f going on ACG.
Everybody said they gonna keep it solid when them detectives come through and got questions about a homie. Some people sit up in that room and throw their homies up under the bus and end up putting themselves in a trick bag. Dudes be looking the part, gang hats, face tats, and all that, until they go down with a 10mm Glock with a switch and a body on it that was used in the murder of Dylan Pressey, aka Mac 80, from West Coast Rollinado Crit in Long Beach. And this is where Midwest Active from 94 Hoover found itself a week after the skit on Century and Main, which we see is still playing itself out with the latest shooting up at the grand opening of Marathon Burger in Long Beach. Rap News Street Politics is the best hood channel on YouTube. Viewer discretion is advised. Everybody we talking about are innocent until proven guilty. These are just allegations set forth in the discovery and investigative reports by the police. The only fact is that individuals have lost their lives in the streets of LA. Now we gotta work the clock back from the situation that happened at Marathon Burger in Long Beach. We got an individual that seemed to be everywhere, Treyway 7, who was kissed by a bullet during the altercation between the Rollins and the people he was up there with at the grand opening of Marathon Burger. Now we seen him moving around with the babies. The Hussein connection was in full effect, and one could say this was a bold place for him to be after the situation that transpired with Mac 80 from West Coast 80 being murdered on August 26, 2025. Now, along with him getting touched in the head, another individual from West Coast 80s is said to have lost his life in this situation. But this isn't the only time that Treyway 7 has been in the spotlight in regards to this situation. Now, we gotta rewind the clock back to 2:30 p.m. on Fig in Manchester on the day of August 26, 2025. In front of the store, by the House of Hotties, the Hoovers is outside. Not only is Treyway 7 in attendance, DeAndre Pugh, aka Bombay, is there. Ayala Anderson, aka Thumper, is present. And William.
I'm sure all y'all familiar with this situation when, it was fucking with the smoker looked like, and then some niggas came through busing, and there was one nigga that got killed, you feel me?
Chipmunk Irvin from A. Trey Hoover is outside with the members. Now, as video is showed, 3 individuals pull up on Fig in Manchester in a white sedan, jump out, and get cracking on the Hoovers, broad daylight, leaving 25 9mm shell casings and 1 live round on the scene before speeding off westbound on 85th, hitting 5 individuals in total. One of those individuals being William Chipmunk Irvin, who sustained a gunshot wound to his left temple with an exit out of the right temple. 1 single gunshot wound took his life over here on Manchester and Fig. Now in that video, we also see Treyway 7, who was getting out the way when shots let off on Manchester and Fig. Now Chipmunk was a loved member from A. Trey Hoover, and as everybody knows, the city was set on fire by the situation that happened. Now 3 hours after this situation, the police are sitting back and cruising through the Hoovers when they hit Colden Avenue. We spoke about Colden numerous times, and after the death of Chipmunk, the Hoovers are hanging out. When police hit the block, it's multiple vehicles double parked. They pull up and hem up 7 individuals. Out of the 7, there's Lil Fo Active, Midwest Active Lil Homie, Dante Edmond, and DeAnthony Pounds. Out of the 7 individuals, they take down a dude named Fo Mad, who had a stick on him, but he's a juvenile. But they go ahead and get him out the way. And this is when, allegedly, Thumper, who was shot at with Chipmunk, Bombay, and Midwest Active, aka Fo Active, are now on.
That nigga named Thumper, but he banging Hoover. First of all, he a Hispanic dude, and Thumper, that definitely sound like a Sereno hood name or something. I'm just saying, though, we gonna keep this shit going, though.
I want coding as well. Now, as night falls, around 11:30 p.m., the same day, August 26, 2025, Dylan Pressey, aka Mac 80, is on Century in Maine. In front of the liquor store, he has a female companion sitting in his car, talking to another Hispanic, unaffiliated individual. Also next to him are 2 females sitting in a truck. Those 2 females, unaffiliated. And it's an old man in front of the liquor store sitting on his walker. 2 minutes prior to this, there's a white Kia Optima that made a U-turn on Main Street and hit west on Century before stopping at 105 West Century. The front passenger and 2 rear passengers jump out and start getting cracking with a 10mm Glock with a switch on it, a 380, and a 9mm. Hitting the unaffiliated Hispanic man twice in the leg, missing Mac 80's female companion sitting in his car, putting bullet holes in the truck that the 2 unaffiliated.
So basically, them niggas went straight to the main streets. If you don't know nothing about the main streets and the Hoovers, that's like they main enemies. You feel me? So them niggas knew who did it. Them niggas know, because they so close. Like, you could really, from Main Street to Fig, you could really walk. You could really walk to Figueroa. You feel me? I know this shit happened on Manchester and Fig, but they got the 9-8 Main Streets, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 8-4 Main Streets. So if you just going down Main, rolling down Main, you'll be able to spot your mans if that's what you own. You feel me?
Unaffiliated females were in, made the old man get up off the walker and get his ass up out of there, but not before Mac 80 from 80 sustained a gunshot wound to the head with an entrance to the left front head and an exit above the right ear, being pronounced dead on the scene. The 3 shooters are said to have got back into the Kia and slid west on Century. Now, when police got that call of this homicide on Century in Maine, there was a simultaneous call of a carjacking on 90th and Orchard. This is right by Manchester Park in the 9 Deuce Hoovers. And with police already being hot on the Hoovers, they start to put their attention on the Figgy Middies once these 2 calls come in. Now, they end up getting a description of the vehicle that was used in the murder of Mac 80, and it comes back as a Kia. Police are in the Hoovers trying to jump the gun and wait for them to come back after the slide. And this is when they see a white Benz and a red Ram truck sliding erratically in the Hoovers. They start to follow these 2 vehicles until they end up on 84th and Vermont at a parking structure. Now, both of these 2 vehicles slide up in the parking structure, and while the police is trying to get up on them, 2 vehicles are coming out the parking structure at what they allege was a high rate of speed. One of them vehicles being a Kia, the other one being a Honda Accord. So they immediately get on them 2 vehicles and take them down. Sitting in the rear right passenger side of that Honda is Treyway 7, along with them members, and everybody goes down. They say they got 4 suspects in custody linked to the murder of Mac 8. Now, while they trying to squeeze these dudes, they've made a mistake. The Kia coming off 84th and Vermont is a light gray Kia K5. The Kia used in the murder on Century in Maine is a white 4-door Kia Optima. Treyway 7, who we see is everywhere right now, is let go, mistaken identity. These dudes weren't at the scene. But one,
yeah, see, he becoming a real known face. I first got a whiff of him just straight off the hood vlogs. You feel me? He's a person that stood out, you know. Plus, Treyway 6K is his big homie. So, you know, off top, if you know who Treyway 6K is, he in jail. When you hear about his little homie, it's gonna make you pay attention. You feel me? So, he been like a face for the A-Tray Hoovers.
One of them does end up going down for an unrelated shooting, and you see how the Hoovers is hot. Now, back at the scene of Mac 80, they glue together that carjacking call from 90th and Orchard as being another white Kia Optima. And then they get a phone call saying that it was found on 89th and Tupachi. 89th and Tupachi, the 9 foes. And the Kia was found because when it was carjacked on 90th and Orchard, the owner had left one of his cell phones in the car and was able to track it.
See, that right there. That's why they say don't bring phones. You feel me? Because when you got an iPhone or whatever kind of phone, it's cell phone towers. You know, with iPhones, you got Find Mine, so it'll be able to tell you the places you went. It'll basically map out where you been and where you going, where you headed, type shit. You feel me?
4 hours after the shoot. Now, since they've glued together this carjacking being related to the shooting of Mac 80, you know they set the owner of that vehicle down in the room and asked him what happened. He turns out to be a DoorDash delivery driver who was set to deliver a Pizza Hut order on 90th and Orchard. He said when he got there, he met with a female who had ordered the pizza, and while she was getting her paper together to give him the money, two suspects jump out on him and push him to the ground. He said when he looked up, they start clutching on their waistband. He covered his eyes, and they skirted out of there with his car being trailed by a black Chevy Cruze. Now, as you can see, it's a lot of cookie crumbs being left over. As soon as they got this information, they start tapping everywhere for surveillance cameras related to this carjacking and to the murder of Mac 80. They tapped the liquor store on Century and Main. They tapped that elementary school on 89th and Tupacity. And they were looking for surveillance cameras from houses on 90th and Orchard.
No way to get away with
but they were sitting on a gym because, like I said, the owner of the Kia had left the phone inside the Kia. So they extracted all the geolocation data from that cell phone as well and were able to...
We finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
Follow every path that the Kia took that night. Follow every path that the Kia took that night. But along with that, they also got the DoorDash information from the account that ordered the pizza. So when they got that phone number from the DoorDash account that
we used to call a pizza man to the hood and rob him.
Phone numbers, they noted that it was a text now number and had to wait for
oldest trick in the book
information on that phone. But they did come back with a call log in regards to the communications that this phone number was having around the time of the carjacking and the murder. And two phone numbers were produced. One of them phone numbers, they got silly and slid it into Cash App, and it popped back as a relative to
bad
Lil
move, man, bad move.
aka Dante Edmond, who had just been searched hours earlier with the members on Codefendants. The other phone number came back to Tiny Fotrit, aka Robert Bremy, who's also from the Figgy Middies. So now that they had that, they looking at the surveillance camera from Century and Main, and not only do they see the white Kia, but they also see it being followed by a dark colored BMW. Now they got on this BMW because it made the same U-turn and was making the same movements as the white Kia, step by step, and they figured this was the scout or the tail car being used to assist with the homicide. Now the next day, again, this murder occurred late night, 11:30 p.m.
You need a tail car.
2025.
You feel me? Just in case somebody get up on you on the behind you.
Trickle in.
They'll see
they've been hitting up all
instead of the
now, since they were able to track the Kia the whole way because of the cell phone in it, the elementary school on Tupacity ain't have nothing, and they see the cell phone made a stop on 98th and Flower in front of another school, and they got surveillance from there. Along with having another surveillance video on 90th and Orchard, where the carjacking took place. And from the camera footage on 90th, they see the Kia pull up, and they see the owner of the Kia jump out and talking to the female.
There's cameras everywhere.
On frame, they catch dudes sneaking around and riding off with the Kia with the black Chevy Cruze in tow. Now the cell phone takes them to the next location. They took the Kia straight to Codefendants. 5 minutes later, they sitting in Codefendants, and police got the camera footage from Codefendants. They seen one of the suspects jump out the Kia and double back to it with another individual. That individual jumps in a blue SUV, and they both slide east on Codefendants. Now at this point, they track the Kia to 98th and Flower at that school, and they see them leave the Kia there. Now, surveillance video, 6 minutes before the murder of Mac 80, 11:24 p.m. They see a BMW slide southbound on Flower and west on 98, pass by the Kia and unlock it with the key fob. They see it make a U-turn, and 4 niggas jump out the BMW and jump into the Kia, and the Kia and the BMW slide west on 98. But while that BMW hits 98th and Fig, it hits a license plate reader, and the BMW comes back to Tiny Fotrit, who police say they're familiar with because they've stopped him multiple times.
Can't get away with nothing nowadays.
So now, not only do they have Tiny Fotrit linked to the DoorDash number, as well as Lil Fo Active, they also have his BMW being next to the white Kia and at the scene of Mac 80's death. Now, while the police is putting all this shit together, they end up stumbling on a gym. Markel Ray, aka Midwest Active from 94 Hoover, goes down in Inglewood with a 10mm Glock with a switch on it. And you know, as soon as they got that,
Yeah, this where it get tricky at right here, y'all. This nigga right here, you know, the nigga get caught with that 10mm, that Glock with the switch. That sound like the murder weapon right there. Oh shit, about to get tricky right now, man. Listen, kids, stay out them cars, stay in school, man. Stay free, man. On everything, these niggas is not solid. We finna see what's going on right now, man. Let's get it.
they got that Glock, they went on ahead and tested it for ballistics, and it came back as a match for the same weapon used to kill Mac 80. Now that was on August 30th, 2025. He goes down. September 2nd, 2025, 2 days that he's been sitting in Twin Towers, he requests to talk to the detectives. Now,
And that right there, that is a no. They can only hold you if they ain't got no evidence. Well, they had evidence on him. You feel me? He sat down for 2 days and he said he was ready to talk to the detectives. Listen, I don't want to be around no nigga that got any information for the police, any detectives. Listen, but at the same time, I'm not the nigga doing no crimes either. You feel me? But I still don't want to be around niggas who giving up information. I'm just saying we finna keep this shit going.
now he jumps it off with saying he believes the weapon he was caught with was used in the murder of Mac 80. He said he obtained the 10mm Glock with the switch from Colden Avenue, and he began to break down everything that happened after the murder of Chipmunk. Now, mind you, he was with Chipmunk right before he was killed. So he was the individual that was clearly in the mix and on Colden, while he claims everybody was angry about Chipmunk's murder and wanted to get popping on the main streets. They felt like the main streets were.
And the thing about these street niggas, man, these niggas with these tattoos all over, these niggas acting extra hard, be the same niggas. They be good with their fingers, you feel me? They know how to twist their fingers and make it look all entertaining and everything, you feel me? They dissing these hoods. They got these tattoos everywhere. They usually be extra out, you feel me? And not all the extra out niggas, but a lot of extra out niggas, man, them niggas be gonna give extra information anyway. Feel me? We finna keep this shit going.
Were responsible and wanted to press play on Main and Century. He said while everybody was plotting on the get back, they was leaving him out of it because he had a physical disability. He said they called him crippled, which made him upset. Now, I don't know what that disability is, but it was noted that he did see medical for some type of disability that he has. Now, he said when they was plotting on the car to take over to Century,
The nigga was mad because they left him out the plan. You feel me? They said he wasn't strong enough. He crippled, you feel me? Handicapped. And he got mad. See, man, these niggas be getting mad off stupid shit, man. Y'all be joking on y'all homies, not knowing these homies y'all joking on. Niggas get mad enough, niggas act like hoes. Niggas ready to tell on you, man. My mama, nigga left you out the plan. They wasn't wrong for leaving you out the plan, clearly. But they should have just been a little smarter with it, you feel me? They shouldn't even had that pistol in your hand. Feel me? Shouldn't even had you a part of the gang.
Maine, he said his little homie, Lil Foactive, spoke up and said that shit already taken care of. Pizza Hut on the way. And this is when Midwest Active says he went to 90th and Orchard with Lil Foactive and his girlfriend Tiana Lincombe.
Nigga gave a girlfriend name up too.
Tiana Lincombe is the one that ordered the pizza from her DoorDash account, and she drives a black Chevy Cruze. And he stated that the vehicle that was stolen was a Kia, but he backed up off the situation and said the individual that stole the Kia was already on 90th.
And nigga giving up a whole lot of information. And nigga done already said he was around when they made the plan. They try to keep him out of it. He rolled with niggas to different locations. He gave up the girlfriend name, who it kind of was, that ordered the pizza. Niggas told him that shit was already handled. Nigga, you wasn't supposed to be a part of this shit, man. That's why, man, you gotta have a lot of these niggas, you gang members or any niggas that plan on doing anything. You gotta have more discernment with niggas, man. Niggas act solid, niggas act gangster, right? But when it's time, when that pressure on niggas ready to tell. Niggas want to get out of jail. Niggas want to go home, and they don't give a fuck who they get convicted, as long as they get to get free. You feel me? And then niggas will still come home and catch cases and do it again, or niggas be talking high power like they didn't tell. A couple years go by, niggas forgot. Niggas come back around. You feel me? But man, shout out to rap news and street politics. We're finna keep this shit going.
And it wasn't him. Now, we said after the kid was stolen, they went back to Colden with Thumper and Bombay being present. Mind you, both of them dudes were at the scene when Chipmunk was killed.
Thumper sound like a Southside name.
Active claims that he grabbed Bombay.
Hold on, this nigga named Midwest Active. And he got a K after the M. You see what I be saying, man? Listen, let me tell y'all something about me, man. Listen, I'm from the streets too. You feel me? You already know what's going on with me. But I don't put a K after nothing. You feel me? I'm not no extra nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But if you come to my face disrespecting me, it could go there. But I'm not inviting no bad karma, no bad energy. You feel what I'm saying? I rep what I rep. I'm from where I'm from. You feel me? If you get dumb, I'm going to get dumb with you. But for the most part, nigga, I'm a solid nigga. I'm trying to stay clear of the bullshit. I ain't trying to invite no negative energy, no police, motherfucking attention, none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But he got his name Midwest Active, and he turned into an active informant. Let's keep this shit going.
Bombay pulled him to the side and told him, "You got an ankle monitor on. I don't think it's a good idea for you to slide." And he said he was dismissed. And this is when he accounts that
niggas went sliding with a motherfucking
Robert
ankle monitor on.
Pulls up in his BMW, and Bombay, Thumper, and Lil Fo Active go on the mission. Now he claims he couldn't definitively say if anybody other than Tiny Fo Trip was in the BMW, but he said he believes his girlfriend Zawina Washington was in the BMW as well. Now police tried to somewhat corroborate his story by notating that Zawina Washington was
Hey man, these females be harder than these niggas, man. You see what's going on? These niggas giving up information about the broads. About the broads I was in the car. Talking about niggas was on ankle monitors and everything. Now, that's one of the stupid things you could do. Nigga, we don't want no phones on the mission with us, fool. So why the fuck you bringing this police, wired ass? You know, you on probation or parole. Then you got an ankle monitor, nigga. They can track your movements, nigga, just like they can track our phones, nigga. Why would you dismiss? Whoever told the nigga he don't need to be slime with that, they was smart. They was smart. And the nigga who dismissed them, y'all niggas dumb, fool. My mama, niggas is stupid out here. But listen, we gonna keep this shit going.
Previously in the BMW, the times when Tiny Fo Trip was stopped in, but Midwest Active wasn't done. He stated that when they left Colden, he stayed on Colden and provided the police with his Instagram account and his phone to prove his location. He said when they got back, Hoover spoke about using a 10mm. Lil Fo Active had the 9. And Bombay
I like that 10mm though.
He said they had difficulty finding their way back to Colden. And he said eventually he slid off Colden with Lil D-Mac. And this is when he put himself in the trick bag. So when police start going through his Instagram account, of course they see the pictures of him, Bombay, and Chipmunk. But they notice that Midwest Active also has an ankle monitor on. Now what he tried to do was do a little throw off. His ankle monitor wasn't from probation or parole. It was from a bail bondsman. So he thought they weren't going to be able to put that piece together.
Stupid motherfucker. So the whole time, Midwest Active is the nigga with the ankle monitor on. He tried to throw it on somebody else. Nigga, you in rest in peace, Chipmunk. He had the ankle monitor on. So you gave him your Instagram account, nigga, with pictures of you with the monitor on. And your homies, nigga, I see CH Poke on there. Niggas be telling, bro. Niggas, hey, so you mean to tell me that this nigga Midwest Active is the nigga with the ankle monitor on? And you gave him a story about another nigga being on the ankle monitor and told him it wasn't a good idea for them to go, but you think it's a good idea to be the one with the ankle monitor, get a police your Instagram account. You feel me? With your other homies throwing up gang signs, nigga. We go to our ops pages and see how niggas look all the time. And my mama, even if you not my op, we cool. Nigga, I'm trying to see if I know anybody, if I knew anybody prior, if I had any problem with anybody over there in that hood, anything. You feel me? There's so much information you can find out by having a nigga Instagram password. You can see conversations. You can see who motherfuckers affiliated with. You feel me? You can see who motherfuckers not affiliated. It's so much information just by giving a motherfucking Instagram account, my nigga. It's no coming back from this. His name bad, but we gonna keep this shit going.
Police called probation or parole. They say that's not one of ours. And they ended up getting in contact with the GPS monitoring company and subpoenaed all his locations on the night of the murder. Now, he ended up getting out from the situation where he's caught with this Glock in Inglewood, and he's back on the streets. But he's just giving police everything they need to sew up his homies and himself. When his location data comes back on his ankle monitor, it shows him on Colden like he said he was. Then it shows him on 90th and Orchard at the carjacking, like he said he was. But he left out the fact that he was in the BMW on 98th and Flower. Since they had the video footage, his GPS shows 98th and Flower, and at that location it shows the Kia and the BMW. Then it goes on to show him at 105 West Century during the murder. After that, it shows it on 89th and Tupache where the Kia was dropped off at. And in his final act, it shows him at a gas.
So this nigga was a part of the crime. This nigga got cracked with the murder weapon. And instead of just shutting the fuck up, nigga, because they're going to be able to get the evidence that you was there, then you give up everybody name the bitches too, fool. Like I said, man, these niggas ain't gangster, bro. These niggas ain't hard. These niggas hold. And just because I say you'll hold, it's females that's harder than niggas, you feel me? It's females that's harder than niggas out here, man. It's niggas that'll drop a dime on you before the female do. I'm just saying, my nigga. Let's keep it going.
At the Tupache, where the Kia was dropped off at. And in his final act, it shows him at a gas station where a black Chevy Cruze is, with Tiana Lincombe getting out of it at 8514 South Hoover after the homicide. It shows Lil Fo Active taking the wheel, and police allege that he is a passenger in that black Chevy Cruze. And furthermore, realize that he is at all scenes relevant to the murder of Mac 80 from West Coast 80s. Now, even though he snitched on Bombay, they still had to glue him together.
Don't do the crime.
Midwest Active told the police Bombay had an ankle monitor as well. They went ahead and got his geolocations and glued him to the scene. They already had Tiny Fo Trip glued to the scene, but used his cell phone number to track his locations and realized he was at every spot relevant to the homicide. With the help of Midwest Active, everything crashed down on these dudes October 23rd, 2025. Bombay goes down for murder and attempted murder. Tiny Fo Trip goes down for murder, attempted murder, and felon in possession. Midwest Active was the only one to go down for everything. The murder, attempted murder, felon in possession, and carjacking. His little homie, Lil Fo Active, goes down for carjacking, and his girlfriend goes down for carjacking.
These niggas be
for
telling,
being the one that set up the move over DoorDash. Now, police still had to take prints off the Kia. When they did so, they found one print on the stolen Kia, and that matched the print of D'Anthony Pounds, who was also with Lil Fo Active 3 hours after the murder of Chipmunk when they shook down everybody on Coding. He goes down for carjacking. Now, when Midwest Active goes down, in his spot, they also found a 223 and on the side a mag with some 40 cal rounds in it on some dumb shit. And along with him, Lil Fo Active's girlfriend decides to make a statement when they show her a picture of her black Chevy Cruze at a gas station after the murder. She states she previously owned a black Chevy Cruze and admitted her involvement in ordering the pizza. She said Lil Fo Active was with her when they did the carjacking.
Damn, she started telling too. That's crazy.
His statement was that he was in Arizona at the time of the carjacking. And of course, when they got Midwest Active back in the room, he said he didn't do no shooting or drive a car. Now, Tiny Fo Trip, who was stopped again in the vehicle.
But you was in that car, nigga. You ain't exempt from this shit,
nigga. He goes down, punches a wall in his cell, and ends up fracturing his hand. But he seemingly kept a solid. Him and Bombay lawyered up instantly. Now, Bombay, this is his second murder charge. He had another one in 2022 that was beat. And while everybody had physically went down off the street October 23rd, he was already sitting in Twin Towers on an unrelated robbery charge. They pulled him out, took him to 77, and said they wanted to use his interview as visual stimulation for when they took down everybody else in the case to get them to start talking. But this is what fueled the fire, which led to Treyway 7 catching a graze wound to the head at Marathon Burger in Long Beach. As we see, Mac 80 was a Love member over there. He was tried as an adult in an attempted homicide back in 2015 in Long Beach. But this wasn't his first time on the news. We seen him on the news doing the dash in the Benz on the rim. You know, he was active in these streets. It said that he had good ties with the main streets. But the thing is, there seemingly was nobody from Main Street outside. And at one point in time, he stayed just blocks up from where he got killed at in the Hoovers. But this is bad work on Midwest Active part. But again, these are just allegations set forth by police discovery and investigations. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But this is what they allege transpired when the Hoovers pressed play in the main streets for Get Back for Chipmunk, August 26, 2025. Now, for everybody that want to know what happened with Tifo the Loc from 11 Deuce Broadway on 113th and Main, Y'all make sure y'all tap that membership. We put the case out. Join the membership.
I might have to join that membership because that nigga got some great content. Shout out
Rap News Street Politics.
Rap News Street Politics.
Channel on YouTube.
He ain't lying.
Make sure y'all stay tapped in.
I fuck with you. So look, man, as y'all see, man, it ain't no more committing. So look, man, as y'all see, man, it ain't no more committing. So look, man, as y'all see, it ain't no such thing as committing a crime and getting away with it nowadays. You feel me? You might not get caught today. It might not be next week, but especially if you get caught with the murder weapon, nigga, it's a wrap. Niggas gonna tell on you. Females, once they get caught, they're gonna tell on you. Like I said in previous videos, man, in order to be from Hoover, you gotta be a shooter, because that's what they go down for, shooting and killing. But the thing about it is, just because a nigga a member and a nigga a shooter, that don't mean a nigga won't snitch on you, fool. Like, because at the end of the day, they was gonna the nigga Midwest Active, once he got cracked and he had an ankle monitor on and they all this evidence from cameras and shit, everybody was gonna go down anyway. You didn't even have to say nothing. You could have just took your time and took it on a chin like you supposed to. But instead, just like crabs in the bucket mentality. Nigga, I'm not about to do this time, nigga, while you run around free. That's just how niggas think, you feel me? That's why I don't jump in cars with niggas. You feel me? I understand now. My parents always told me don't just get in anybody. Stay out of motherfuckers' cars. You feel me? Because even if you wasn't involved with it, I remember the homie, he did some crazy shit. We coming from the Slauson. You feel me? He slide down the ops block, nigga. We that nigga got trapped up in that motherfucker. I don't know if niggas had guns or nothing, but I know we would have been aired out if that car, if the homie didn't drive so well, wasn't able to maneuver around that car. You feel me? So Midwest Active is an active informant. You feel me? So now I'm gonna be raising my eyebrow at you niggas talking about y'all active and all that shit. You feel me? I'm not active as shit. You feel me? I'm an active podcaster, YouTuber, whatever you want to call me. But you can't call me broke. You can't call me no bitch. You can't call me no snitch. So that's cool with me. You feel me? My principles won't allow a nigga to call me no bitch. And my morals and principles won't allow me to be no snitch. You feel me? And my hustle, it won't allow me to be broke. You feel what I'm saying? But, freedom niggas, it didn't even say why Treyway 7 was arrested, but clearly, man, I'm glad he wasn't there. You feel me? I'm glad they ain't got no evidence of him committing no murders or nothing. You feel me? I wish none of this transpired, but the streets gonna be the streets, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Young Woo. This is On the Block News. Fuck with me.